Hello, I'm Philip Stoten. I'm here at Apex 2018 and I'm joined by Michael Ford from Aegis Software. Michael, good to see you. We're going to skip over the CFX thing because there's been a huge amount going on that, but there's stuff to be built on top of that. And I know IPC are working on some new initiatives and new strategies beyond just the standard. Can you tell me a little bit about what's going on there?
What we're planning to do with, and this is in conceptual stage right now, there are digital standards within IPC that together we can link to create a true digital factory environment. And so the critical pieces for this to happen have kind of now come together. So at the start, I guess everybody knows about IPC 2581. This is the kind of format from a few years ago that's sending design data into manufacturing. But that format is actually a digital product model. And it's quite unique in the way that it attracts data, for example, about bill of materials and even component shapes, etc., electronic and mechanical CAD. It's really quite a powerful digital representation. It is, exactly, yeah. So all of these new words have come along and kind of left the standard behind. But that, the standard is of that digital product. Now, if you can start to take that high accuracy and detailed information and provide it to the machine vendors through some engineering tools, whereby they can then get the benefit of knowing this exact data. We can take, for example, the new product introduction time and reduce it, from days down to minutes, virtually. We then use the next digital standard, CFX, to provide that information to the machines, start to gather then attributes from manufacturing. So now we know what we were supposed to be building, we know how we were supposed to be building it, and we can put together the way it was actually built, all in pure digital format. That traceability data is IPC 1782, which was launched about just over a year ago. So we then complete the circle. We take all of that data and put it back in as attributes back into 2581. So now the design data is enhanced with actual traceability and recorded information from the shop floor. Again, all digital. That then can go back into a design tool for DFX. So what we've done is created a complete digital environment for manufacturing, which is completely open and completely free of charge because, of course, it's coming from IPC.
Okay, and when you look at putting that together, obviously that's disparate parts and it requires someone to put that together. How does that work within the IPC? How do you mobilize teams, collaborations, and again, without talking too much about CFX, great example of what IPC should be doing, great example of what collaboration in the industry can achieve. How do you take that to the next level with this kind of project?
Surprisingly easily. I was shocked actually about how open people are to this kind of idea. The guys we're working with in 2581, they have seen this kind of progression for some time and it just all came together. It's great timing. So we are having joint presentations already. In fact, there's a presentation here today at the show where we explain this concept to people so that people can start to understand the value of this. And then all people from all three committees, I'm in a good position because I work as chair of the traceability committee as well as working with CFX. But now with 2581, we're all making this group dedicated to this digital future of manufacturing.
Yeah, and it's great that you can then bring those three committees together and you can take a holistic approach rather than working in silos. What are the expectations in terms of what will that group be looking to deliver going forward?
What we will be able to show is the mechanism by which data can be freely exchanged from design through engineering, quality, supply chain, manufacturing, right then through back to design again. What this does is enable people to create solutions based on that data, that instead of establishing, say, okay, I want to go with this vendor and now I need to use his format because it's not compatible with everything else, okay, it's a solution, but that's fine. Now they will be able to say, well, I like that solution, but I want this piece from another provider and this piece from another provider. So every machine vendor, every solution provider, ERP providers, they are all now working together providing these layers of digital solutions for the factories. Yeah. And this is much more in the interest of the customer because they're not tied into any one particular direction.
Yeah, so you can create this digital ecosystem, the smart factory ecosystem that relies on three basic IPC standards everybody can apply and everybody can work together. It's again, it's another example. Do you think it's because of the success of CFX that the industry now feels safe and able to collaborate? Because we are in a stage of collaboration that I don't remember seeing in the past.
Yeah, it's really refreshing actually. And putting together this demo has illustrated the willingness of people to start doing it. And that is being driven by customer expectation. Because now we are all seeing data on our mobile phones and tablets from anywhere over the world. This expectation is within us now. Yeah. Why, if we're buying expensive machines and solutions in the industry, can't that be a part of them? Yeah. So, I think we've all kind of come to the conclusion at the same time, or almost the same time, I should say, so that kind of critical mass is now building. Yeah. And it's looking very confidently now that we're going forward into this environment.
Fantastic. Big projects that connect machines, connect factories, but more importantly, connect people and connect companies.
Well, this is actually an interesting element of it, because people focus on machines, but there are people involved as well. Now, in my manufacturing experience, you have production operators just doing the same thing all day. That's in an analog factory because that's all they could do. In a digital factory, you have a lot more know-how in the processes. You're a lot more flexible. So why not use the glasses and provide people with instructions and have them doing all kinds of jobs? So one minute they're making an assembly, the next minute they're doing a quality check, the next minute they're supply chain. It makes much more interesting jobs for people in manufacturing.
Yeah, and that's where the vision of an augmented reality, an augmented factory is way more attractive than the vision of a lights out factory.
Exactly.
Yeah. Michael, thanks for stopping by. Always a pleasure to chat and think about what's coming in the future. Thanks for your time.
Okay, thank you.